gameplay for sure. It might affect some people, but I think for the majority of players, it just helps them. It elevates them. Their adrenaline is pumping more and more. I think in this environment, though, in like a glass boot, it's a little bit more comfortable, but I still think it's heavily increasing their gameplay.
Well, without further ado, let's get to P's and B's, pretty please. Sanguine will show up with a rival, and they'll find out how things go head-to-head. When we talk about this Sanguine roster, you mentioned aggressive choices there in the support role. Dinosaur likes to do similar stuff, but let's talk Sanguine real quick. What can we expect as far as their picks?
I'm expecting the Chronos from either Shinto or Netroid. Both of them really like it. Wrong you with any type of assassin, maybe even a warrior in that support role. Coming out of Sanguine. Not really sure what to expect out of Oxel in that soul lane, replacing Yarkor. Yarkor was more known for his like Bologna and his like early aggression at level 1. But from Panatum, he's kind of all over the place between the basic attack junglers or even the ability-based ones.
Sanguine going with the first ban here. No, Jormungandr, an rival. Thinking about what they want to ban. Amusing Cobb, Freya. These are very standard bans that go across metas, across leagues. So we'll see how these guys opt. And it will be the Hell ban. That is a meta-specific ban, to be honest with you. The console folks have played Hell a little bit more so than some of what we've seen out of the other side of things.
I don't think Shinto played that much Hell to warrant a ban out of it. First phase, nonetheless, right? Like, if you wanted to really ban Hell, you could always draft, like, anti-healing. There's Sercat that you can always draft. There's Odin, Osiris. So many anti-healing options, but really worried about it early.
We are back.
Right now, looking for a final ban here. Team Rival trying to figure things out. What to ban against the Sanguine squad. Right now, like I said, that Hell ban is more representative of what they've had to deal with in their own perspective league.
So Freya's open, Chronos is open, and a Moose and Cobb. With those three open, if you're banning away one, you can get at least the other of the three. So I'm expecting maybe a Chronos ban, but no, it's actually the Freya instead.
Yeah, the Freya's an interesting look. Freya, of course, has that whoop into the hasten ring, run you down. That can be problematic in the early game. Chronos, you've got to worry about in the late game. Perhaps Rival have
bans. They ban Hell.
Bringing up Chronos, bring up Davey. Davey and Dobson, the two players on Rival that will stick with their traditional peripherals using the controller. The other three members.
That's very interesting.
The mouse and keyboard as they have the option here in our crossplay land. Sanguine go with the first pick. Amusing Cobb. No surprise, he's been first selected when available pretty much every game. And that's to be expected. A lot of damage, a lot of push. He's the god of bees. A lot of reasons to bring out AMC.
Outside of the last set where Armada actually allowed the Merlin
Armada 1-2-0.
Instead of the Moose and Cobb, yeah, I agree that this Moose and Cobb is highly looked out.
Am I hungry?
To
Sorry.
pushing power, but in a
I got a few snacks here.
I don't know, Chronos might actually be really good as well to consider knowing.
Not gonna eat it all though.
See behind you, there's more safety factor when you're playing Chronos because of the rewind. So Moose and Cobb could get exploited by a lot of aggressive jungle plays. I'm expecting Rapio to stick to his guns, you know, maybe even bring out the Thor and it's like, hey, if layers can do it, why can't I do it either? So Rival hovering over the Chronos, which is to be expected.
I love this choice here, especially knowing that Davey's going to be on the controller. The Chronos is a little bit more forgiving as far as the positioning is concerned, or excuse me, the accuracy.
Is that the coach or what?
Terra teaming up with Team Rival. Love this choice. And I love Joey's jorts. Shout out to the jorts. Sanguine going with the Erlong Shen here, next to the Amusing Cobb, some basic attack orientation. Like to see a Fafnir.
That would serve just very well with a basic attack.
Hacked it.
Cobb, still not sure
Actually hacked it, dude.
Or in that dual lane for Sanguine. Wouldn't be surprised to see it in the
actually hacked it, dude.
Pressure going to deny Chronos.
Exactly, that's the thing. Osiris will be the selection here from Sanguine, and we discussed earlier, you discussed earlier, how effective Osiris is against that character. So while Chronos doesn't demand a double hunter composition, he certainly fits well into one, and the Osiris is kind of a nice deterrent. So an interesting look here for sure.
And a little bit of anti-healing, right? Lord of the Afterlife, you hit that on anyone that gets hit by that.
But alla sync your camera. Med mig or my sound or what?
From that side of things.
Maybe do like this. Hello, hello, hello. Better now?
Not a losing matchup in the soul lane.
What do you miss? You missed Armada 2-0.
Just at least stabilized. So I'm looking at gods like Achilles, I'm looking at gods like Bologna to try to combat that.
So not really anything I would say.
That certainly would
A stump? Yeah.
Hunter off of a
Big stump, dude.
minds. I think Poseidon in the mid lane. Strong character, lots of push. Does it match up using Cobbs?
Not in the early game in the slightest, but once you're hitting level 7, you should be A-okay. I'm expecting that all the red buffs going to go the way of the Chronos to start this game, trying to get some sort of advantage in this duo lane.
Look for some of the big plays that you can make. Stun into a time rift, into a jungle gank is very, very effective. So Team Rival will certainly be looking for plays like that. And they're going to ban the other healer. No Hell, no Aphrodite either. Sanguine will have to go on with no healer.
I'm looking to clip this whole Armada game.
To begin with, but Rival know what they don't want to play against. And that can be a powerful statement.
When you're having these kinds of gods that are lasting a while in teamfights between Chronos, Terra, Poseidon, they want the teamfights to last as long as possible, but so do healers. So you want to make sure that you're dealing with a bursty composition such as they are, so far from a Moose and Cobra alongside Osiris. You deal with it through the appeals of Terra, the healing of Terra, and the control factor. Gem of Isolation, Poseidon, hard to get through.
Yeah.
The cripple, shutting down Erlang Shen completely.
First with the 10 bits, Asian Hawk, thank you for the 10 bits.
Surviving longer as the team fight progresses.
I mean, despite the Kraken, you know, Poseidon
I appreciate that.
As a burst character, but you know, just like you said with Gem of Isolation, the Whirlpool, this is a control mage. He locks down areas and really just says you're not allowed to walk here.
How the games today?
Just as scary as the Kraken itself.
They're quite alright. I'm more excited for the spell games, honestly, but they're alright.
Yeah, those little prongs, just to group up and clump up. The Poseidon's gonna have a field day if he ever can drop the Kraken right then and there. So next pick, gonna go the way of Rival after banning away.
I like Rival's pick and bans here way more.
Sanguine's Shinto, he has played it from time to time, but also that could be a jungle pick. Phantom has played that before, or Longshan could easily still go support.
Rival on the clock here. Sanguine have banned out 2, maybe 3 junglers. No Naja, Daji, nor Hunbatsinator. So Rival to go towards a different character. Those 3 assassins are all very team fight oriented as well. Don't get me wrong, Daji's going to delete you real quick, and Naja can certainly feel that way as well. But they are absolutely team fight with the way of the Powwow, and taking somebody out of the game is a nice look as well. Naja just kind of does it all.
Yeah.
So with Team Rival, where do they look?
I mean, you could still go. I was going to suggest another assassin, but hey, this is a predator.
Number 1. Thomas will do another.
I am number 1.
Yeah. This is his quintessential character.
Thank you, thank you.
What are some of the pro league guys?
I mean, I don't know. People are really under that Twitter with the keyboard, mouse, and cosplay as well. I mean, the only thing that I kind of find weird is that it's separate leagues right now. Like, what is the difference between console league and Smite Pro League? Why does there have to be a console league at this point? That's the only thing I'm like questioning, if anything. But I mean, I don't care if they use mouse or keyboard.
Because whenever you're put in a position where you have to like kind of dance, one wrong step, and then all of a sudden you're under the tier 1 tower.
It is a bit weird.
You're gonna have to be extra careful of how you're managing that Osiris passive.
Big Daddy Zeus gonna come through for Sanguine. That'll be the mid laner of choice, and the Arachne.
And Arachne with Zeus.
Unlikely to see him play Cell. Despite his selection,
I mean,
probably too much in your ranked games, but a character that rarely comes through at the top level. You got the players like Scream and Beacon, of course.
they do their thing.
Like to play this character, but really specialist. So when it comes out, I'm always a little bit interested.
I mean, Adapting has played this in the SPL. I'm pretty sure Captain Twig has played it as well.
There's more console players than PC players on Smite.
To try to get early game pressure.
Yeah, but that should not be.
Early level 1 blink.
You want to talk about
That should not be the question, though. Because if it was not, it was a league combined, then everybody would be able to join, right? But who would probably do best? As the console players are saying, probably PC players would do better, right? Or PC with the buzzing keyboard, right?
Arachne will try and kill people early game, and Thanatos will do the same thing on the opposite end. And they'll both try to fight for early game dominance.
So it's just like, if they play keyboard and mouse anyways, it's pretty weird that they are in console league. But I mean, I do think they're smart from using the
Another character that not a lot of players utilize. We see it come out mask.
I think it's smart that they're using keyboard and mouse. Like, why would they give themselves a disadvantage with the controller if they can learn to play with keyboard and mouse?
Who has a really strong Thanatos variety?
Yes, the solo lane.
Season 3 variety, those worlds getting Obey all the way to the finals.
Hey man, you want to talk about the solo lane Thanatos? I'm here to talk about what SSG has been doing all day. But right now, it's going to be in the jungle, which is fun. Rarely do we get to see these picks. Arachne jungle, Thanatos jungle. I mean, where do you feel, where does your heart lie?
Honestly, I'm actually liking Rivals draft a smidge more, but I gotta give it to Sanguine because of the player caliber. So I think that as long as Rival can make it to the team fights without giving up too much early goal Furies or Onis, Primals, whatever, they should be able to win those. I think that the Terra control with the damage...
The only problem I have with the 4 best of 3s a day is that it's too many hours for me to watch.
No jumps, no dashes, very easy to
Like, it's starting to get already too many hours for me. They would not stand a shame without mouse and keyboard. I don't know if that's true. That's not what I'm trying to say either.
Thanatos in that early game, as soon as level 5 shows up, can dunk down, hit him with the death scythe, and take care of business. And Zeus is sitting there unable to hit detonate in time.
And even with like
We've already been watching for what? 4 hours? 4.5 hours. Shit, dude. And it's gonna be, we're only halfway through right now. So that could be 9 hours.
Some solo lane pressure. Maybe not to say necessarily that the support is going to make the impact, but more of the jungler this time around.
Certainly could be the look there.
That's a bit problematic.
Big point here for Team Rival. Like you mentioned, Predators, this is one of his go-to selections. I think that having that level of prowess and comfort on a character is really, really big. And when it comes down to it, Hercules is just a strong god in his own right. So I like the look here for Team Rival. Sanguine across the way, the Arlong Shen and the Osiris. You know, we mentioned the Zeus and the Arachne, but the role players, Arlong Shen and Osiris, how are these guys going to
Yeah, I want to see next game. That's the thing as well. Like, next game is what I'm excited for.
Composition. As long as that they can make the plays early, they're going to roll the objectives. But the problem that I'm seeing with SNG's comp is that they don't really have defensive peel.
What is next game? Simplicity against Nemesis.
Because I'm expecting Arlong Shen to kind of engage. Arachne to clean up, Osiris to kind of like choose one or the other kind of deal, or vice versa, where Osiris is the one engaging.
Simplicity, defender, do 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 do, defender, do 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 do.
A little bit, you got a knock up, which is not necessarily the most useful thing. You'd rather keep people in place a little bit longer, but still a little bit of something.
I'm looking at this Sanguine draft, Tully, and I just see, I hope we snowball.
Yeah.
You look at this and you go, all right, if Zeus and Arachne get a lead.
One with Rabio? I don't think Rabio plays anymore. I don't think that there's a team anymore. I'm not sure though. I remember the team with Rabio and all that. They did pretty good, right?
But not really anything there for Zeus and Arachne. Can't do it on demand either. Ton of slows.
Can't do it. And what team is F.A.Q? He's on Team Rival PC.
I think as long as they mind their P's and Q's in the early game, Rival kind of have it.
Yeah, I think so, but they just got to make sure, like we mentioned, just to worry about the early game. Don't lose any blue buff, silly, willy-nilly style against an Osiris that's going to be able to snowball you, right? Make sure that this Amusin Cop doesn't have that pressure in the dueling up against the Chronos. Maybe actually just send the Thanatos in that duel.
You're trolling, right? Oh shit, that's fake. It's because I saw Rival here. He's on Pittsburgh Knights. F.A.Q is on Pittsburgh Knights this season. I thought we were talking about the previous season with Rapier and stuff, and then I was like thinking back on that as well, where F.A.Q was on Rival. He's on Pittsburgh Knights with Emilsi, Zero's vote and adapting.
Rival. And Taco, these two drafts, they make sense to me on paper a ton, especially this Hercules pickup. That's Predators' MO.
Sure.
I imagine this guy's going to be way in the back line, even if no one's there to help him out.
Maybe not even way in the back line all by his lonesome. I mean, there is the Thanatos to rely on. I think Chronos can even justifiably figure out a way to get into that back line and then rely on the rewind to essentially bail him out of it. I kind of want to draw things away from the picks and bans
that fucker is doing quite
get
well.
more down to the nitty-gritty, and that's just talking about the players in general.
This game won't start.
I mean, and I think
Why
that's
not?
fair, right? Rival had to make the swap, no longer Vipor's Coast on this team, no longer Fly. They're rocking with Davey and Dobson, and those two guys are actually
Smite they need casters?
as well, too.
You think so?
A lot of pressure going to be on these guys to make sure that they can perform. I mean, this is a team that goes to LAN and wins. I mean, they won, I think it was the summer LAN in Season 5. I mean, this rival team is used to success, but not with these normal carries.
It's so hard to get new Smite casters still because
I'm not worried about him, Predators, Raphael. I'm not worried about those guys contributing. It's can those carries rise up to that level too?
It's definitely going to be a tall task for Davey and Dobson to tackle, but on the controller, instead of the mouse and keyboard like the rest of their teammates, I mean, we already saw some success.
I think like there's 105 guards. That's like at least 400 abilities.
Players at something when you've been practicing for 13 weeks.
Maybe 400 abilities. Maybe 350 abilities.
That's right. Play on whatever it is that you're comfortable with. I imagine that most of our players are used to
But it
playing
would Reindeer and Paladins. Yeah, he would have been good for Smite.
Flex onto both.
Right?
I really don't see any reason why you shouldn't be able to flex onto that one too if you're able to and able to do it at that level. But Sanguine, these are some other guys that we should be counting out. I mean, this is a team that came into Season 6. There were all these rumblings about them beating pro teams in like tournaments that were, you know, maybe not like broadcasted ones, but just ones they were organizing together, and that this is a really strong team. And I think they showed us that in the SML. I think that they're favored here against Rival, and they have a good chance to make some noise even beyond that.
The Sanguine are just hungry in general right now, I think, to try and prove to the rest of the world that North America...
Your accent sound Danish, does it? No way, dude. Yeah, dude, I'm reading the Twitter drama, and it's so fucking... Dude, people are like... I don't understand it, man. I believe that...
It's a great point. They're kind of
dude,
the last
people are trolling on Twitter with the keyboard and mouse.
International competition, so I'm excited to see what these fellas can do. So let's move right into the
fucking
action.
man.
Up
oh, the game started now.
Game
I'm not even gonna comment on it. Like, people are way too way too attached to that stuff.
Based on that set we saw at the beginning of the day, right? When Hype Unit got out in front but struggled and kind of had a bit of a slow start to the
this is Rabio.
When eventually recovered, grabbing this first win really can be important. Even
and Dinosaur.
Picks and bans. So a lot on the line already.
Well, judging off the picks and bans, Finch, I would definitely have to.
Let's go, dude. I didn't know that's still on the team.
Oh yeah.
Jungle. I mean, Amu's in Cobb, Arachne, everything about Sanguine's draft screams early to mid-game, and they're planning on starting it off hot. Rung Yu already going to pull those purification beads out of Davey.
Unfortunate for Davey, he'll now be even more vulnerable here on the Chronos in the 1v2. Starting 2 in solo lane, the support, we don't see this anymore.
They have Osiris Erlang. Why would they ever start one in fucking blue lane? Is Arachne going to blue buff or what? Or where does Arachne do in?
So how well Davey can hold up in this 2v1, get all this solo farm for himself.
What is the start? He put spiders on red buff.
But it doesn't matter because Netruo and Rung Yu, they've already cleared the entire...
And he's not level 2.
Of course, Predators is going to respawn on the opposite side of the map with a proper blue buff strip away against Sanguine. But Sanguine, they're just looking to dominate the dual lane. And it's going to force Rapio, I think, to also have to rotate in a little bit sooner than...
What the fuck is Sanguine doing with that Arachne start? They put spiders on red buff where they already have pressure at red buff.
And then kind of dip. Do you want him to stick around here in the lane or just to kind of poke his head?
It's safer.
That's a special start. That is a special start. Not only does it make Zeus lose experience, he's the most experienced in the game right now because I guess he does solo the wave or something.
That's exactly what Rapio does, and then he dips.
And they lose blue buff. They get their own purple buff though, so they don't really lose buffs.
That it is not Yarkor that's in here in the solo lane, not the traditional roster.
I mean, I don't think it's probably worth it at this point now because Rival didn't do anything about it.
And I got to talk to all these teams, and this Sanguine team is absolutely still confident, man. They feel like they can absolutely.
It's still a fucking weird though.
They've got a strong core, and that Oxy can step up and do enough for them to be able to make.
Arachne went speed to blue, didn't do anything at blue. Why don't just put the spiders at left back camps, what Zeus is doing right now. Let the 3 spiders solo left back camps, you go speed to red buff, and that way Arachne is getting way more experience. Instead he went minions on red buff, soaks experience away from the Zeus, and doesn't do anything.
But It also helps that they didn't have to swap any other roles, right? Only
Interesting.
Oxy is the one that they have a change.
Oh my god.
Unlike with Flashpoint, where Sibby had to play mid as Blink.
Oh my
Traded for
god.
Blink there, and everyone makes it out okay.
I can't complain too much as well. It's just very weird.
Hovering this duo side of the map here with Thanatos, starting to believe it's largely because the fact that he just wants Predators to soak up
it's just
as
very
much
weird.
farm as possible
Yes.
in this Osiris-Hercules matchup, but Oxy already seeming to get the better end of Predators here.
And I think if he helps to protect the jungle some, then that's about all they have to do to make this not worth it for Sanguine, right? If Sanguine can't invade repeatedly, then Rival are just better off in this because they're matching the solo farm except for the duel.
Perfect patience there from Nethrua. It holds on to the swarm until it's just low enough that he knows his ability is going to give Rongyu the pin advantage for the buff confirm.
The pin
Rival going to be
advantage.
missing out on that purple buff XP one more time, and that was with 3 different members, essentially splitting 2 mini creeps.
Exactly, so Rival make the rotation, but without defending the buff, it's certainly not worth for them.
Put
That's
their
my theory
rival
where
into the
Rival's
Inca names, yeah.
Here's David.
That's what they did back in the days.
Wrong you trying to feign, I think, that he's not here in lane. And then he comes to the mink form looking for the pin. The pin, if it lands in the center with the swarm, that might have just been enough. That's how low Kronos' HP pool can be.
Some more honey too.
That's true.
And yeah, I think that would have actually sealed the deal there. Nethrua
Talk
does
about
have that
pronunciation.
Aegis blessing, so I have to keep in
What
mind
is that
every
name
single
she
ability
used to pronounce so
getting that
fucking
extra
funny?
little bonus damage proc on top of it.
What was the name?
Scary as throughout the early game so
It's
far.
like it's a Spanish player or something. Draco Marino. Draco Marino. She's pronouncing it the right way, right? She's very good with pronunciations.
And this is the kind of start that we see, adapting to when he plays the Arachne. He likes to go right into that blade tree and forego boots entirely. And this does amp up the clear. You like this Golden Blade to start?
You still get the 10% movement speed off of the Golden Blade, and not only
He
that,
has one warrior blessing on Hercules
Arachne
early game.
has her little spider link, so 1-2 autos and you're out
He
of
went
there
blink as
every
well.
single time. All beneath them is looking for
I
is
wonder what
farming efficiency, and so far so good, largely because of the fact that his dual lane has also had so much control over Rival's side of the map too.
That's right. And again,
You can't watch anymore.
the camp control, I think, where they get a lot of value is Wrong New looks to contest those mid camps.
Fan ultimating.
Rapio, he's not going to find anything. I wonder if he kept the information hidden or if they saw him go up into the sky. Even if he didn't use it, as long as they don't know, maybe it's not that
Finish
bad.
packing.
Rongyu
What's up,
knew that
agent?
Hovering Death was coming
Are you
straight.
excited
Might have
for
even heard
what was it? Belgium? Where were you going?
Rongyu was
Belgium?
out on the map and those left side mid RBs. Rapio
Or
was
Germany?
only over the wall. You
I don't remember where you're
definitely
going.
within a hearing range of a Thanatos channeling that execute.
Berlin.
It wouldn't have even been for the execute. Probably just would have been
Yes.
Hovering Death for the stun. So
Almost.
that Dobson could look to launch the Kraken.
I do think that Hovering Death can get a bit pigeonholed.
Oh, you got 3 warrior blessing
It's
stacks
just
now.
a great, easily confirmable stun that can really set up
Berlin, Berlin, Berlin.
likely what Rapio was going for, but
Just give me these Xbox buys a
did
ton.
not quite land.
Do you think they're good?
Was able to keep his head toward the skies and stay away, but so far throughout this slow early game, Rival have kept even with Sanguine, maybe down a little bit in terms of gold, though it is Panatomon and Arachne that's slowly farming and getting.
Why do they all look like they're from the UK?
Well, we might see some of our first little tidbits of early game action here as Sanguine group up for the Oracles. Davey looking like he wants to contest and will successfully take down one of those Oracles, so
They're all from the
no
UK?
outright vision advantage for Sanguine, but keep in mind,
Running.
Rongyu still
That's pretty
wrapped
funny
around.
though,
Davey
isn't it?
gonna get hit by the
Isn't that
real
random?
slow, but even still, Rongyu just not feeling like there's really any kill potential.
He will be caught out by Dobson. He blinks past and goes right for the Poseidon, but the Kraken's there waiting for him. Dinosaur gets first blood, but Shinto answers back with a
Maybe
lightning
will
storm
die,
and a
probably.
detonate.
Nope.
Up into the sky goes Rapio, but he doesn't have anyone.
The
He
Spiders
just goes
OP got a
Dinosaur
kill.
to his death. That makes it 2 for 1.
Nitro from UK? No, they're from LATAM.
Rival might have gotten the
I'm
first
talking about
blood,
the
but it's
Rival.
Sanguine who are
This is
reaping
not
all the advantages. Davey still
What is
has
this?
that rewind if need
Oh,
be.
he could die now. He could die now.
Inside of Sanguine's
Oh,
That's his ultimate force. I mean, he just kind of poked his head in to see if they were at the purple
If
buff
he knew
there,
that.
I suppose, but I don't know. Feels a bit unfortunate that he ends up having to waste that cooldown there as Rapio just goes back to farming.
Probably my main problem with Rivals, or I shouldn't say Rivals, excuse me, I should say Sanguine's current composition is the fact that it doesn't really feel very easy for them to look for constant reinitiation in comparison to Rival.
Imagine if F.A.Q threw the boulder over the wall and it double bounced on Osiris.
In that situation, I mean, Zeus ult is great for that and kind of just drop it right on where they've committed. You can kind of have Wrong You and Oxy come in and delay their push just long enough for you to
What?
of your own. Maybe they have recognized
They have no mana, just get the red buff, get out.
They could just kind of respond when rival
I was like, holy shit, they dropped the red buff.
Call it initiation either from Sanguine, so much as it's just burst damage. They're just hoping to blow somebody up by the time the real fight begins. And if
Wait, what players did you scrim them with, Agent? Like what team did you play on?
From Rival, then it's going to be extremely problematic for Rival to try and claw their way back into this one.
But either do Straff. I mean, the other team have F.A.Q solo, Fenner jungle, right? The other one have Arachnid together with a Zeus. It doesn't make too much sense.
It's not like they're working against the clock, but it definitely doesn't help.
Fleury, Aragon, Fred, and Mogo. Oh. Is Mogo still playing Smite?
That leaves Dobson with few options. Detroid working together with Shinto, happy to clean up the kill, and Dobson goes down. That makes it 3-1 overall for Sanguine throughout the game.
A nice sight from Rapio is going to connect onto Nethrya, but it's Davey who could be in some trouble now. Rotating in deep, hovering death going to be expensive.
These fan ultimates have been a bit rough.
Being used from Rival, but it's all leading into nothing really.
Lightning Storm from Shinto spells the end for Dinosaur as well. Great presence so far from this Zeus throughout the early game, a part of all 4 kills across the map so far.
Fan ultimate's been rough. I don't know how he died in mid lane after. Zeus is getting fed and has Bancroft.
Look at this pressure though from Nethrya in that dual lane. The
AMCs
are just causing such a problem for Davey. He even rushed the Celestial.
Somehow they give up the blue buffs on Sanguine. I'm not sure if I like that. Like, there's literally no reason for them to give it up.
It's tough against AMC for most people in terms of his 1v1.
And especially since F.A.Q doesn't have TP. If you could force F.A.Q out, he can lose a lot. And he rushed boots as well, so he wasn't that tanky. Osiris had Glacial with Warrior Blessing early game. That means you're way, way stronger than they are.
The only real punish that Rival can do against Sanguine right now is just to harass Oxy and his blue buff. But one blue buff in comparison to everything that I
wonder if it's Osiris playing defensive or just F.A.Q not poking too much. And it looks like Rival have gotten 4 totems. So I guess he's uncontested on the totems.
And to me, that feels like confidence, right? Teleport is such a nice sort of safety valve for our solo laners, but a lot of them don't like feeling like they kind of have to have it. And Predator's in this matchup where he's the Hercules and confident in his play, gets the aggressive blink instead, and says he'll hold off.
They're letting Zeus get all the farm. It's kind of smart.
Just get another team fighting relic.
It's actually not pretty good.
Also got a blink, so double initiation for sure. For Predators and Rapio, but it's only
I don't blame him, right? Because he's the coach.
My understanding, Finch, because if Predators or Rapio both try to blink in at the exact same time,
can't blame him.
I do feel like that would be the ideal situation for Sanguine.
He's doing the best he can.
They're playing fire versus fire here. They want
He's 400 gold behind already.
Close and personal, so they can try and tear him apart with their burst.
And meanwhile, in the slow cooker, they've got this Arachne with the golden blade into hastened katana.
They need to defend this next blue buff, I feel like.
At this point, she's no longer missing out on not having gone boots at the 20% movement speed. She's even
get a ward on get your wards down, Osiris. Osiris need to put the wards down, especially the defensive one on blue buff. Please, you're out in the jungle and you're putting down the wards.
It just doesn't feel right. It's like because the boots image is missing from your character loadout.
Yeah, after that wave he has to put down the wards. Like, even if it's not to defend blue buff, it's to get the timer. It feels like he doesn't care. They know Fenner is at red buff.
Gonna try and look for jungle control, but instead they'll take the fights. Rapio goes right into the ult. It comes to the back line to make sure that Dobson stays
What was that Kraken? I'm pointing out all the mistakes as well. It's like, shooting not what I want to, but that's the only thing I'm seeing right now. Yeah, Rungu is playing really well. Dude, there's no way he should be giving up blue buff for free and... Are you back home? Yeah, I'm back home right now.
Shinto has been really on point so far with making sure that those lightning chains can connect.
And they've got that Sentry Ward right there at that choke point. Like
He should have picked Terra or something instead of the Osiris then, and just fucking chilled the fuck out.
Move from that red buff back into the middle lane, and they even dissected the fight. Panatom tried to catch out Dobson alone in the back line, while the rest of the team.
Ubunix mom. Yeah, I've seen that.
Play to turn around and get some peel for the side.
And it's not even about Panatom finding the kill there, but just take a look at the experience gap that's already started to develop between Shinto and Dobson. And it's because of how aggressive Sanguine are playing into Dobson that it's forcing Dobson to play a little bit further back. It's forcing Rival to have at least 1 or 2 other team members with Dobson while he's trying to farm, and slowly.
Now she deleted it.
Shinto,
I mean, I feel like she was kind of wrong.
An XP lead that could be seriously problematic around this first Gold Fury pool.
I feel like she was kind of wrong.
It does look like they're planning on fighting early though, right? Because Shinto doesn't even stack. He just goes band cross into pen boots. I feel like we so rarely see this kind of start. I mean, it's something you'll see from like what Hop.
I mean, surely Osiris giving up fucking 3 blue buffs
power spike in the immediate, and I would like to fight, please.
is surely not good.
He might just get a chance to shine soon enough here if Sanguine keep poising around this.
Erlang is going damage.
Well,
not damage, but like Black Phone.
About Sanguine not being known of their whereabouts on the map. Some good ward vision though from Rival in response. I think that they're also.
I mean, a good Fenner ultimate, then he can die.
Is obviously going to be best,
but yeah, Shinto is pretty good mid. I remember scrimming against him while playing mid lane. He's like doing alright.
Make Rival do something different.
And Doug, if we can we take a look at the charts? Because for what it's worth, Rival has done a really good job keeping this game incredible.
I wonder why they're picking out Arachne.
In terms of the kills, and Davy's been under ludicrous pressure, and there is an experience disadvantage in mid. Rival have kept this game at parity so far. That might change though if this Gold Fury goes down, and I don't see anyone wearing red anywhere nearby, so I don't see how it couldn't. Sanguine grab the first Gold Fury of the game.
But you also team with Vegan? Yeah, I'm not on Trifecta anymore. I'm playing on LG now.
You can't leave Sanguine alone. Not with this composition, man. You cannot leave them alone for 30 seconds like that around the goal.
Like, I feel like he's giving them up for free without even trying to steal them.
Holding out the pin until Davies beats her up, forces out the rewind, and he's just looking toast.
He's dead.
Yeah, this is all that they wrote. I mean, there's no more to the story of Davy. The young lad met his end here on the dual lane. Nice clean up.
AMC didn't beat, that's really good. They can push town maybe. He gave her the blue buff again.
It's best that he watches and doesn't let a single member from Sanguine know he's there, because had they known,
that's actually tilting to watch.
They might have even gone after him too.
What is it, VRS? What's save yourself? Or is it VSR?
I think you had that right, VRS.
Her ultimate down, that's really good. Defo didn't need to do that, did he?
You know there's like the VGS mini game in the game where you can like try.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I'm real bad at it too. Yeah, I was playing it on stream the other day and
it won't let me use my regular VGS that I'm bound to the R key, and so I can't do the V ones because V is one of my abilities in Smite.
I can do help. I can do gank left lane where I am in the dual lane. I can do that. Come gank me, please. And then I can do nice job sarcastically really well too. Yeah.
What about you, Rock?
You Rock, cancel that. Yeah, those are classics.
Wait.
Pyromancer is being burned. Sanguine absolutely will wait. It looks like they've given up on the Pyromancer dagger for now, giving Rival their due respect. And the objective is leashed.
Sanguine thought somebody else was there.
No, Rival have decent vision. Rival had vision on the Gold Fury they lost. They have vision on Portal right now. They do have 2 defensive wards. Their wards is like decent.
No harm, no foul for Sanguine. They nearly took the Pyromancer, but didn't get away with sneaking it.
I mean, the one thing is that Herc has not rotated yet. Herc could differ at done rotations.
That's true. I think Rival are the ones who are just kind of glad that fight didn't actually happen. They would have loved to show some presence there and never have to actually.
I don't know if Sanguine can win this late game.
They're probably not too upset.
Are you still mid? No, I'm jungle now.
For Predators, at least in the solo lane.
He's trying to kill beside him.
Start fights once he's able to rotate, but Panatom wants Dobson, can't find him, and has to ult defensively.
Right now, the Shinto could be in some trouble, but a beautiful Aga is going to ignore the scythe entirely. Now it's going to be Rapio who's in a little bit of trouble here.
Rapio!
Good swarm damage. Even going to
Fenner ultimate again. Like, his ultimates are so not good.
Deeper into that T1 tower, but that's a big team fighting ultimate to lose. And with that, Sanguine now might revisit this Pyromancer.
Yeah, the hovering deaths are the only thing I haven't really liked.
Sanguine probably had to win like before 30 minutes.
Have really looked like they're on the same page as the rest of the team.
I do believe that Sanguine can do an early fire down. Like when it gets to like 22 minutes, just commit Zeus ultimate, directly DPS, AMC DPS, instant fire down.
So this is at least the best he could do.
That's beats on Erlang. Erlang is alive.
But the big parochial and Shinto zoning
I do believe that's worth it.
off of his ultimate.
Davey, I don't know about this. He's looping around the backside of the fight, but that's what Panatom would rather do. Great wall from Dinosaur. Saves Davey's life. That was risky.
Yeah, that's a dead Zeus.
Dinosaur can make big time plays. I mean, that was the one setting up for the Pinakid, by the way, helping him out a whole lot. So you know Dinosaur's got it.
An unfortunate blink into the Earthbreaker there for Predators, but shot it a little bit too far into the wall. So Shinto gonna remain unpunished here in this mid lane. Didn't have his actives either. That would have probably been a solid pick there for Rival to find against Sanguine's mid laner. But both of the global objectives have already been stripped away here, Finch. And Sanguine, it's not a massive lead, but it's still in their favor.
But is it enough is sort of the question. I know you're saying they're not necessarily on a clock, but I suppose which team fight do you favor late? Because I think Rival probably has the better one, except they've got this Thanatos that does fall off some.
My main gripe with Rival is I just don't see how Rapio and Dobson managed to survive in the mid to late game. Beneath them and Shinto are already applying so much pressure alone to this Poseidon.
Panatom is starting to do damage now.
Steady 2-level gap even over Dobson. And Dinosaur, while he's had some fantastic walls so far to kind of put that Sanguine pressure to a halt against his mid laner.
I mean, Shinto is level 17, that's super good, super good. Well, Daniel, tank top, you know what, dude.
Different avenues of approach Sanguine have, because they might not have reinitiation or constant reinitiation, but they do have some very solid right out the door initiation.
Yeah, their individual pick potential feels strong, right? Like Rongyu, Panatom, Shinto, Netroid.
Do you think it's worth it to buy the cursed tank?
Primal Fury being sieged now by Rival. They've dropped the Frenzy, which means they're all in. Crack it. Still ends up hitting onto both. Actually gets Shinto and Netroid. And Netroid low. Can the Hovering Death find him? No, I think Aegis bought him a moment. And now Rapio might be too far forward as Panatom gobbles up Dobson.
Oxy, though, looking to cut off Rapio, but
good beats.
Beads is going to stop the aggression for now. Primal Fury has been leashed entirely, however. Benito's going to wind up falling against Dinosaur and Davey. Still, the fact that the
pretty good force coming out from Rival there. They can
need
to go back to go through here. They can heal up as well. Where was Erlang all this time as well?
Could be the green flag that Rival needed.
He knows they're on it. He is going to cross a Sentry Ward, though, if he comes from this pathing, so they won't be caught unawares. But he definitely still has a chance to strip this one away. A 3-for-1 moves cataclysmically in the favor of Rival if they can grab it. They still hold on to the objective for now, but Rongyu stays nearby. But now Rapio on zoning duty, and the Primal Fury should now go down in favor of Rival as they move on to a small lead of their own.
I mean, it's gonna be Rival win.
There for Sanguine when they were trying to tackle Rival around that objective. Netroid being the first one in to face check, maybe not ideal for the Almus and Cobb. Doesn't exactly.
Osiris have given so much space for Osiris for Hercules to get out.
Things end up working a little bit in Rival's favor there, but this is another back and forth match. If you came in thinking Rival were going to be just completely outclassed in this match, then I don't know, you might have read it wrong. Sanguine, I'm certainly not saying that they're out of it by any
did that for your hair? Yeah, I heard so, Daniel. Do you like it?
You know, the mid game, Rival have been right there with Sanguine.
Yako is still really good.
Definitely looking to strike back, and the sooner the better. Beneath them has been aching, I think, for a 1v1 opportunity against just about anybody on Rival. It's just so tough to find a competitive play. Rival have done an excellent job at making sure to maintain pretty good positioning so that they would
I just want to watch Syndicity, man.
In a fairly timely manner.
And with this demonic grip now completed for Davey, gone are the days where he was forced to hide underneath this tier 1 tower in the early game in the 2v1. He's a full force. He's got the Pythax piece as well.
Oh, well, build-wise, Blackthorn, Hercules, I guess it's not too bad. Probably would rather have like a shit Rico of this game.
So
Into Onis,
certainly
all
ready to start
good.
swinging.
He has the Fawns
This
as
is
well.
still going to hurt Davies
Fenner is now
just a
going
little
wing.
bit, though, since he was forced into the dynasty
What?
plate now.
Wingblade into a breastplate.
Obsidian Shard obviously going to help alongside of the demonic crit, but in comparison to some of the glass cannon Chronos builds that we've seen in the past, it's not going to be
Am I
as
confused here or
feasible,
what?
I think, for Davey to take on 1v1
I don't know why
opportunities.
Jacob couldn't play.
Davey should definitely
I
just
think he did an
focus
update on
on
Twitter at
his
one
team
point.
right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's not too far from
Jacko.
Telekinesis now, which I imagine is where he's going to be rounding this build out. And he'll certainly bring in plenty of damage at that point. But as you said, he'll definitely look best when he can play around Terra. I mean,
Let me see if I can find it.
Sanguine have these two warriors. They can't quite match the control that Dinosaur can provide in these fights. If he's hitting
Nothing
walls
is on
and
English.
and obviously dropping his ultimate as well. And in all that is where Davey probably will be able to thrive.
Beneath them just finished that Magai's cloak too, and already losing the proc to something as small as a Terra wall definitely hurts. Because
I can see another
you want
tweets.
to have that Magai so you can dive Dobson relentlessly. I mean that's
I know
the
he's
entire
not
thing here, I feel,
was
for
it?
Beneath
It's not
them,
visa
that
issues.
solely
It's
depends Poseidon in every single engagement.
I love this though.
I think he just
Now,
like able to go.
Started to be the ones starting fights. They forced one at Oni, they forced one at Pyro, and now Oxy's in trouble. Lord of the Afterlife, but he's in execute threshold. It's off the mark though for Rapio. He can't finally execute. Oxy lives, and now all of a sudden Rival have to start falling back. Sanguine, they managed to catch out Rival here with a mistake, but Rapio makes up for it, comes back around and catches out the Osiris.
Right now, though, Rapio's working on a double kill.
Thank
Shinto
God.
trying to help out Beneath them. Beneath them finally brings down Rapio, but it's at what cost? 3 members already dead from Sanguine after that last little skirmish.
How does Sanguine lose a fight after they commit Poseidon ultimate, Terra ultimate, Herc Fawns?
Sanguine takes
Oh, Sanguine's
it.
done
What's
it.
wrong? You strips it away. That fight could have been so much cleaner for Rival. I mean, obviously
They committed all ultimates, Fan ultimate as well for Herc.
To collect the Pyromancer either on the back end.
Holy shit, dude.
Really start to mitigate what a 3-for-1 should mean for your team.
Hercules use Fawns.
I'm sorry, Chad.
Holy shit.
Just blame me.
I assume you'll be PayPaling Sanguine?
Nothing
or-
they can do except, steal the Pyromancer.
Maybe the Cash App. People use that nowadays. Be modern, Taco, when
No,
you
I'd
pay
rather
back
use
these two.
PayPal.
Yeah,
It's faster,
that's fine.
efficient.
If that's where you read already, then that's where you're comfortable. But
Don't lose the tower, Herc. Defend the tower. No, defend the tower, Herc. No.
As it could have been, and I do think it kind of.
It doesn't matter that much to lose the tower, but
Being there off the hovering death, Rapio makes up for it though. He gets 2 kills in a situation where I think he honestly should have gotten none, and his team is at least able to grab the 3rd. So way better than Disaster, but still not as good as I think it had a right to.
yeah, this game is super fucking close. Actually, it's somewhat interesting to watch, but it's still like fucking troll.
For being so split apart, but I'm almost starting to wonder if Sanguine has recognized just yet that the main reason why these engagements keep going south so rapidly is because of the fact that they're just there's only one person ever responding to Rivals groupings.
They're
and
trickling in. Yeah.
Sanguine needs to aggress when they're a unit, not just Oxy happening to face check the Pyromancer. And
What do you think of the Thanatos build?
Of course you're gonna get collapsed.
Like Void Shield into Wingblade into
That's on Sanguine
Breastplate.
more so than anything else for not being grouped at this stage.
Yet again, though, Rival look to be the aggressors. This time it's the Gold
You understand it?
They start to
I don't understand it.
Tom.
Osiris not really going for
This is the fight Pantom, I'm sure, would
Fenna.
like to take. Gold Fury
Erlang cannot really go for Fenna either.
point that was wrong.
You wanna kill the Zeus as well, and you just get one shot by Zeus.
Back towards the rest of the team. That would have been a great initiation.
Really important to
And Wingblade is kinda like
all their structures of
you
the map.
surely can play around you
Got
too.
Shut down in a Hercules Earthbreaker pretty indirectly. Gold Fury though still not
4% execute though?
on either side. Rival was very
Yeah, but wouldn't it be better to get like Mandal Disco instead of Breastplate then?
Sentry, but Oxy could be the first one in trouble. Already uses the Lord of the Afterlife, but check out Nethril.
And they set up.
He's getting torn apart.
Oh,
But the boulders off the mark, and so Netroid survives.
I don't think they have enough damage.
Follow-up. Kraken comes through and
Rapier went in.
again, he's absorbed.
Oh my god, he survived.
Cooldowns. He comes right back in to try and get the execute.
Oh, Zeus ultimate!
Shinto gets the first kill of this one, making it.
No,
Davey goes down.
Rival is literally
All
trolling.
the damage has been removed. Shinto finds himself a triple kill, and Dobson and Dinosaur can't do much more.
Shinto though could wind up falling here.
Oh, what a Aegis from Shinto! What a fucking Aegis, man!
Coming out of Dobson. but
Just on the
Rugby's still
fucking
on the
edge.
hunt for this Poseidon and might just be able to
Oh
find
no!
Good pushback one more time, and Dobson will
Last
survive
item. So
the
if he goes
away
breastplate
from
and
live
Discord
engagement
with Void Shield,
4 for nothing coming out of
I
Sanguine.
I
They'll
feel
be
like
attacking
Fana could be
just
one-shotting
trying
right
to
now,
get
but
as built up as
instead he's just
possible.
been
Fire Giant
an
still
execute
on
bot.
line.
And I just don't know if there's been enough value from this Thanatos taco, as you said. Sanguine will start to pull this Fire Giant. And
You got Phoenix?
a very few executes in
I actually like
this
him
game.
getting
They've
trying to go
all
for the
neutralized.
fire.
And it's really limited Rapio's effectiveness. Dobson wants to make his way in, but Wrongyu there.
And Dobson is dead now.
Fire Giant has been pulled by Sanguine. They complete the DSI by taking down Dobson. And Rapio now the only one to defend, though I doubt he'll go out to try and stop this.
I don't think they can 4v5 it though.
But Thanatos hasn't been taking. I can definitely see what you mean.
Don't like Bloodforge?
Thanatos not feeling as impactful here. I do think that Rapio was definitely limited.
I would not have been Wingblade.
considering the composition that Sanguine
I
has.
understand the Arachnid lure can be annoying.
Solid
Oh, Osiris lure can be annoying.
onto Thanatos, but the hovering deaths
Oh, fucking AMC slow, but
a little bit
it's
questionable.
different with.
Although I wouldn't really call it. I shouldn't say questionable so much as I should say unfortunate, because the
Sure.
timing on Netthread and Shinto's
Different with it.
Pegasus for those hovering deaths has been impeccable.
They've been great so far, and they've all but cut off that.
Yeah, but it's different from what game you're in as a Thanatos. Right now you're against the Zeus and the fucking AMC. It's not like you're against Kipri and stuff, and where you like literally have to be ultimate. But this game, Fana could have been carry mode. Like literally, this is one of they have almost no peel. They have really bad peel. You did have the biggest opportunity to carry as Thanatos.
And they've got some tools for this Siege into Soak and Poseidon, but still Sanguine with this
Like,
kind of advantage and the Fire Giant around
It might just be
base
me
defense,
like
it's hard not to
looking at it on a different way than he is, but
And it's only going to get worse.
I just don't see
potentially
it being worth it.
Because trying to play base defense against Shinto on the Zeus might certainly be problematic. One Lightning Storm, I think, is going to give ample time for Netthread to try and bring down these Phoenixes. Beneath them as well, definitely nothing to scoff at on this Arachne. I think if Rival want to have a successful base
Juden's
defense
last item.
without any casualties, it's going to rely on Dinosaur, one, pulling the Mad Guy's Cloak procs that he needs to, so Beneath him can't really dive Dobson, and second part being Dobson just needing to land a perfect Kraken.
And he's had some good ones this game.
for the Kuno action. Yeah, but he should have switched. If he goes for 40% Kuno action, he should have switched up his build completely if that's what his goal is.
Nearly 4,000 gold
Surely.
there for the Arachne. That's an absurd amount. And with an item to sell off, I think she still had the Assassin's Blessing. So yeah, Executioner comes in, some potions as well. Things get even scarier if Panatom can now isolate a target.
There's no frenzy on Sanguine. It kind of makes sense. Like they don't really need a frenzy here.
10% damage mitigation.
Rival have frenzy.
Tries to launch
Have a
himself
sprint
into
as well.
battle there against Rival.
Honestly, not looking too bad for Rival still.
Really just
Like I do
a matter
believe
of
Rival can still win.
waiting. If you're Rival, they're trying to push out the waves as best they can, but there's only so far that they can truly go. And
I mean,
this
Void
is
Shield
Rival's
Rush is pretty good
strictly
when they're into 4 physicals.
composition, because if they
I do think the Void Shield is good. I think it's after the Wingblade into Breastplate it went wrong.
before they even get a chance to defend the Phoenixes.
I would have probably done the same, Crusher, Void Shield into
Even much worse, a 2v1. Then yes, not many
into like a Hydra or something, and then just look for ultimates and Zeus and one-shot him. Like early game, mid game, I do believe if you land on a Zeus with full health, AA, usually 1 AA, and then 3, he's down to 20% health.
Just kind of plant their flag and try and defend on these Phoenixes now staring down the barrel.
Like, look at his health right now. How much health does he have? Like 1.7?
Very difficult task.
You almost one-shot him,
They just
even with that build.
bait Shinto into dropping that lightning storm too soon. Beneath them already juking out the silence there from Rapio. Rival under siege right now on the left-hand side.
Oh.
There's Dinosaur's ultimate. They want to try and catch out Wrongyu inside the world.
If they don't kill Erlang here.
Maybe a chance for the execute. It's there. Rapio gets one, but
Aragnid's gonna get the mid Phoenix.
he's able to find a second, a double kill for Rapio too.
Oh my god, they fucking detonate as well. Triple kill!
Makes his presence
What?
triple kill. They still have plenty of room.
Dobson is dead here.
Panatom has found himself a Dobson.
That's GG.
There's any way that he can make it back out of there. Dinosaur too, and Taco. That should just clean this one up.
What?
All along, sitting on the
Crazy,
sidelines.
dude.
Benita might not have participated because
Crazy.
this team clearly had it under control. Netthread coming up massive.
Netthread.
First team at the end. That positioning way back in the back line ends up paying off because all attention was really on Wrongyu and Oxy, and the second
Wrongyu.
that Rival killed them, well, at what cost?
clearly just was not enough for them to turn that team fight around. But I think if you're rival, it's not all doom and gloom from that match at all, as Handyman loves to say. I mean, they were close in this match. It was absolutely competitive, even a small lead. That fight around the Fire Giant still comes to mind for me, though, Taco, where that should have been much cleaner, and maybe they can get an advantage there. You know,
How did...
there's just a couple places where they weren't quite as clean
I
as
don't
they
know.
need to be.
Trying really hard to sneeze right now.
Well,
by the
don't
way.
do it, yeah.
I'm not gonna do it. My eyes will water first before anything else.
Taco, are you allergic to really good Smite games? Is that what's happening?
Oh
right now?
yeah.
'Cause that's what we just
No,
got to
it's just
watch.
such a moving performance by Sanguine and those guys.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and let Taco sneeze and get this back over to the desk so they can break it down.
Gesundheit.
What is your take
And as we celebrate the Sanguine
on this?
you know, this one was really
Why is everyone betting
nice.
against Hype Unit? Are you guys fine? My team is playing with 1 sub, not with 4.
We were watching in the green room and it was
What do you guys? What is the take about this after they lost? That everybody's just spamming his tweet.
Zeus. And then Zeus just pulls the trucker horn and that be that.
All that damage, but what really led to it was the fight before that when I think Sanguine took a 4-on-5 fight. There was a good little pincer maneuver there on the back.
I feel like it's so troll like.
Catching the back line, slipping there. I think that Panatum did a great job on the Iraq.
Everybody from Hype and their Flameboys is just spamming. Like, I don't know.
And
Fucking
Rival
A,
said, you know,
mate.
we were talking to Coach Joey before the game started. If you guys just joined us, Joey was mentioning, he was like, look,
Honestly, it was a pretty good game. I think there was too many mistakes from both teams.
perhaps they will take the first game. And you know, when we see, I mentioned it before, when you see the team say, oh, 2 months.
I bet it's like Hype Unit. I mean,
I think this was Joey just understanding.
they're playing with CPs mid
Their
and they almost
reaction,
won.
You're going to go ahead and be able to say, you know, we will react to how you guys play. And this is where he earns his check, so to speak. You can see Joey on the comms right now dictating, this is what went wrong in game number 1. Both play style, picks, etc. Let's turn it around here for game 2.
They were up a little bit in terms of the
Justin
goal,
Bieber here.
getting the objectives. I believe they
He
got the
told
first
crap
one.
before the game.
Panatum, though,
I-
was a little bit of a nuisance.
I wouldn't really say it's
Away
like
from the bug that
crap.
early on before you get a
Sure, a
second
bit of
bug.
crap.
Yeah, honestly.
But I don't really
despite
consider
having
that like
numbers
crap.
advantage, it was Rival on the back foot in this fight.
That was an interesting play there from the Thanatos. Not my favorite look there. Shinto, though, you know, the turnaround. Zeus is... Would you say Zeus is the
Ooh,
biggest
snipe.
turnaround god? Like, you try to jump on him and he just can just turn it into a triple kill?
I mean, yeah, definitely him. You got Alpwatch potentially, Hades, Jean-Kui, like those big AoE bursty mages.
I love watching these Sanguine guys play. There's a
Crap.
lot of fervor there, man. And like we said, I mentioned a lot of legacy with the guys from Armada. You know, Snoopy kind of like is a pro league player, got a lot to prove here. This is the last bastion of Global Smite. You know, this is Sanguine saying, listen, we are here to play, and y'all better not forget about us. Lo siento, we're going to take the victory here. 1 in the pocket already.
I think Shoda went there as a sub because he was a friend of them, right? Like he was good friends with them. Isn't that the reason he went there as a sub? Because they didn't think they would need a sub.
Thinking about how to get Davey ahead in that early
Is what I'm
game,
thinking.
trying to make sure he's super comfortable. Playing the Chronos that time around didn't really do it for me. I think that next time you're gonna have to probably ban away the Moose and Cobb, trying to make sure that they're not gonna get.
I mean, that's the
outside
reason.
Sanguine.
And you just have to be
Ways
plat.
just get,
Like, if you're not plat, then you cannot be a sub, I think. You have to be plat plus.
Honestly, Dinosaur was a little bit quiet in this match in comparison to how we usually see rival support play. I'm never out here saying Dinosaur is the #1 player on the field, but he always seems to do
Cassier.
his job. He always seems to get
Yeah, but
he
is a coach, though. Not the like a straight up sub.
Player on rival, and that might have been, I think, the missing foot.
It was hard for him to get online after that early death. When you're a passive team fighting support like a Terra up against an aggressive support like an Erlong Shen, you're trying to survive the early game for as long as you can. And Dinosaur couldn't really get through that early portion. And I wouldn't say that was ultimate downfall.
Oh, come on.
Plays regardless as a Terra player. It's just more about the collective unit, not just the one individual.
We'll see how that one goes. Rival in the first selection here, and as we said, you know, you're talking about the pick. Maybe it's just a walk away from Terra. Terra has been very
It will really have to be plat.
powerful, but if you're
I think they
gonna
put
go head-to-head
some rule
all
into it
aggro
after
away, you've got to match that
some
aggression somehow.
people just
Terra
took
was
like
might not be
their
the best
friend
bet.
or girlfriend or something.
Potentially Fenrir was an
One of them,
option if
so you
Dinosaur
just
wanted to go
couldn't
that route. I
like
think
get one
Sir Ken
and
was
give them like a free
available,
trip.
and neither team really wanted to go for that one.
Because
Considering
it does make
Someone
sense for Harris to bring
Erlong Shen,
a
they were
friend.
going for them to opt for that one, but that might have been a
Play
good
Worlds for
choice.
being gold too. Yeah, but he was not a sub or a coach.
But right now, the bans have started.
I think it was to prevent that
No hell.
nobody just bring like their mom or dad or like a friend for free.
For 2 more
Because
days.
Harris pays for it, right?
Team Rival on the clock. Right now, thinking about the Freya, the amusing Cobb, a number of options that we've seen banned out right here.
What the fuck was that tattoo?
They're really afraid of Shinto as hell, huh? They don't want that healing to become a nuisance at the end of the day. Don't expect
Someone brought their girlfriend to like free lanes? Oh really?
Gino played the hell
I think that's why
one
of the reasons they made that kind of rule.
North American Smite minor league team, but not too much flexibility from Sanguine so far in this set. Playing a little bit more traditional in the sense.
I'd say so. Traditional is a good word for that one right now. And so Rival ban out the Chronos. They don't want to see that mage ADC in this game. So option over to Sanguine one more time. They banned out the Jormungandr. Solo side, most likely. I think that mid lane Jormungandr is a 0 special. We don't really see too much of it anywhere else. So.
I wanna see the Sanguine solo laner play better this game.
Yes.
Even though it's the coach.
Yeah, it was just one person. Team Dington. Or excuse me, Pittsburgh Knights.
With Amusikov being open and the Freya, Naja was a throwaway ban, so at least Sanguine can get one or the other.
There's a Freya on the left and a Amusikov on the right. Here we are, in the middle. Sanguine with their secondary selection will be the Erlong Shen.
It's a good pick. It's a really good pick. You're trying to be aggressive. You want to confuse your opponents this early in the draft. You're not sure if that's solo or long Shen jungle.
Surely they're flexing that Erlang Shen.
Well, it's locked in. Rival, we discussed a little
Why are
bit
they banning Hell? I don't understand it either.
It was the wrong choice for the solo side, or excuse me, for the long side. Rival just going to go right back to it. To be fair to Dinosaur, it's a character that he plays well normally. So just an off game, in my opinion. Sanguine on the other side, though, AMC Erlong Shen kind of got one more choice. What do you think?
Still need a mid player. It could be a Musikov mid, but last time around it was Netroid playing it. And last game it was the Zeus. This game around, a lot of burst damage from Shinto. I believe Hubba was secondary ban phased in game number 1.
He was, and this is a character that Panathon plays well in the jungle. So we'll see if it's jungle Hubba or mid lane Hubba. Still some ambiguity there, which we talk about ambiguity and really what value does that have? And this is exactly what it has right here. Rival discussing bans, trying to figure out what to get rid of. Well, amusing Cobb, Hopwa, where's...
You're gonna go for free with Amara, but they put your name in a week too late.
Hard to really pinpoint, but very easy to predict.
Shaking my head.
With their draft. Freya's definitely going in that.
I mean, it's a really good experience being a land.
Now technically the solo lane. Terra going to be played by Dinosaur, although we could see that out of Predators, but it doesn't really scream like...
Also, if you end up losing the first day, then you have like, say what, Sunday? You go home Sunday probably.
If I'm Sanguine, I'm banning away mid players.
Like, you can do a lot of stuff in Atlanta. If you want to. Or we just go by the pool.
One more time, looking for their secondary ban, and it's the Party Monkey. No Hun Bats, says Sanguine. They've banned that out. This is the same bans that they had in game number 1. The Jormungandr into 3 assassins. Now it's Team Rival's turn. Arachne already banned out for 1 more before they let Sanguine go. And it's going to be the Horus.
I was still expecting like kind of to play the Hobwa, so I was like a little surprised to see the Arachne ban, but better safe than sorry.
And seeing the Arachne into the Horus ban, I think that's what it is. I think they're going, you know, I think that Evo jungle, but just in case, we'll ban the Arachne because I don't want to get bit by the bug again.
Especially riding the carpet wave.
Wait, how close are you to making SML, Nibi?
No, thank you.
With the team you're playing on, in Combine.
No, thank you, says Rival. Sanguine back at it again. AMC along the Shen.
I mean, original is probably...
I want to see a Bologna out of Sanguine. That
it's too late now. Wait, who's making it then?
Be able to get her out of the action for about 2 seconds or so. Late game it matters the most. You don't really lose laning phase up against the Osiris, but kicking it back a couple of seasons.
Surely original is...
This is a Predators pick. Very bully oriented.
Who is on Ampika?
All of their characters have a space in it.
Wait, what are those teams?
Sometimes you get Freya, Terra, Osiris, single.
I mean, there's spaces between the letters.
Rival thinking about Thor here.
There's space between everything, Tom. There's space between us right now.
All right, Coldplay. Thor.
Cause EX, Alka, Angular, Fries, and J Hucken. Okay.
Mata. Always playing the solo lane.
Is Fryson is the one? Is he the one who's substitute for
Console team that is
for Felicity?
beyond the early stage. So Rival taking a page out of their fellow console team's book and looking towards
Yeah, he's alright.
the
He's fucking trolling in rank though. He's a rank troll.
But a wall, a Hebo ult. That's an old story.
I was kind of expecting this pick in the first game as opposed to the Thanatos because of the wall, because it's Rapio, and then seeing the success of layers.
Why is it that console players love 4 that much?
Jump up alive in the middle of a land.
Like literally, you can hyper carry with so many other guards.
Talk it over a little bit.
Like you don't need to play sit up as jungle. I feel like that's so fucking not worth it.
Then that's a good way to get somebody off the ground, and that somebody should be Freya, trying to assist out that long lane.
Well, Thor's locked in. Discordia not chosen just yet. Team Rival trying to milk all this bank time in order to figure out what is best for them as they move into their final game here. Or what could
Kind of feels like a worse rat. I mean, I don't think 4 is necessarily like bad, but isn't that just better picks?
Number 3, we needed that for set 1. We did not need that for set 2. Rival.
It's a great comp, yeah, until Terra and 4 walls are gonna fuck up the Discordia ultimate.
Compared to the last game, but I think
The guy did a haircut, maybe he wants to have long hair.
is the cripple.
Yes.
Kind of shut down the Erlang Shen and just huge amount of burst damage, trying to help somebody a little bit in the early game between that Discordia passive also.
Immunity frames also are pretty
I don't
good.
blame
If you're
him.
able to dash at the right time, you can avoid some
Jingwei Kukulan.
damage that Sanguine's going to be putting out because trust me, there's a lot of damage. Arlong Shen and Kukulan are the front line for this team, and that is
Let's hope that the Terra goes.
They could be tanks, but perhaps by name only.
He should go probably.
As much damage as their character.
I'll probably go like pen boots this game.
In the jungle for
You get MC Hebo, low mobility.
drafted. They
Get
did
pen
it well in the
boots.
last game in terms of their aggressiveness. I'm expecting
Probably rush Sheeps, then go into Lotus and sub.
Be interesting. I love the Thor pick. I think Thor will be a little bit more interesting.
There are 4 physicals.
He has been
Just go
very
Lotus
strong.
and sub.
We saw the layers was real
With
nice,
Phoebes.
and I think we're going to continue to see it here. from
Please,
Rival.
Terra, do it.
Solo or Troll put a great look on the Thor as well. So I mean, when it comes down to it, Mjolnir just that damn good.
The timing of the pick is also very important, being able to lock down the Musin Cobb and the Hub wall.
Is it Jingwei mid or MC mid? I guess it's MC.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Toli. Rival and Sanguine move into the second match here in our third set. One that Rival has to win to force the game 3. And Taco, to be honest,
Do you think they're invading when there's Hebo jungle?
chance to talk to them a little bit in between the games because they'll run around, grab some drinks.
You can never get an advantage by invading him, but also you can get fucked because Hebo secures pretty good.
Felt like maybe they made some mistakes and that's why they lost that game, and they can definitely still win.
Rival should be confident. They are definitely a formidable opponent here for Sanguine.
I wonder what they're doing.
to Deal with, but Sanguine having a little bit of that set momentum now with game 1 underneath their belt, can't help but wonder how much of that is going to play into the mentality here for Rival.
I would not be surprised if we see that at least show up in favor of Sanguine. They can feel confident. They came out and grabbed that game 1 victory, even though it was a strong performance from Rival. Maybe some of that will ride on Oxy this time. I don't think the Osiris
They're not blocking the wave.
was really impressed in game 1. He made some plays, but for the most part was getting bullied. Maybe he can do better with this Kukullan, who we don't see very much of nowadays anymore, right?
On Sanguine, yeah, a lot of physical damage. 4 physicals. That's why I want Terra to go like heavy physical focused. Starting 2 in lane is somewhat alright into Freya. Terra, just leave the wave here. Leave lane. Nice. There's literally no reason for Terra to stay there, and he was about to stay. Get the backcams, that's a really good call from Terra here, go in there. Because Osiris can get his own blue buff, he can get totem anyways into Kukullan. And now Terra is just gonna go fucking hyper farm, do a backcams, and maybe gang mid after. And the first match put you to sleep. Rape you. Got a kill. Damn.
Beneath them forgetting that for
That's
all
a rough
that
start for
damage
them.
Outlaw can do, he certainly takes a lot in return. Doesn't have a whole lot of health to work with in the early game. And Shinto could be in some trouble here now. It's too soon to want to back and feel good about it. I think Shinto wants to try and soak out
How many potions did Shinto start with?
experience before
We still have healing potions. He does be using healing potions, it's fine.
Does have to. Good work from Dobson coming over and getting some farm over the wall, as well as making sure play from him so far. And remember, there is a lot on Dobson and Davey here in this set, I think. You know, trying to make sure you live up to some of the impressive players on the team. As Predators is in some trouble. Oxy, the sub stepping in, finds the solo kill. See you later, Predators.
No, Predators taking his first spill there in solo.
That's what I like to see. That's what I asked for. Sanguine solo lane stepping up, or coach, whatever. Stepping up. Doing work.
Kind of let up off the gas there. The root ends up landing. That forces Panatom to use the beads, but doesn't matter. Mjolnir hits.
Oh, rotation coming in from the Erlang. And a rotation from the Jingwei. That's fucking 3 people dead.
It's like an assault match here in the middle.
And almost Panatom survived.
All of a sudden, Sanguine have 4.
That is the last thing I would expect, though, if I'm Rapio. That
Sanguine is back in the game, dude.
Nethrioid is
Well, they've never been out, have they? But
a trip visit.
I hope Sanguine wins so we can get a 2-0.
And more importantly, though, was Davey able to communicate that, or did Davey? It's so hard to tell.
It's really tough.
Because when a Jingwei leaves lane at level 3, the last thing you expect is that he's gonna make a rotation all the way to.
I think even without Jingwei, that would have been a dead 4, right? Maybe we would have gotten the killer on MC, but we'd have been dead regardless.
Yeah, about the most you can say in that situation for the Hunter.
But how is Kukuda not ahead right now?
And you might know that purple's down, so they've already done that. Maybe you can communicate that. I don't know what he's farming, but he could be doing anything. You know, he could just be sitting there trying to clutter comms, right? It's very difficult. I don't know if you can put that on Davey. It's just a good odd rotation. It's like an off angle, you know. And
Dude, the hammers fucking burst.
Rapio, though, is definitely been getting the better end of Benito. And game number
Kukuda give us some blue again. No way. Did he?
All of these hammer toss.
Dude, he's actually trolling.
Chunking away at that low HP threshold for Benito. And if Benito isn't careful, he's also got to keep an eye out for those Thor walls. Rapio can also use.
It's fun that in a matchup like this that he opted in for rushing boots instead of rushing Glacial. Because when Kukulan gets Glacial, even against Osiris, I'm pretty sure Kukulan can start winning the matchup, which should not really be a thing before late game. Or mid game it is.
Got some tricks in the pocket that caught rival off guard here in the early game, because Rapio, with his ganks onto Shinto, looked like he was about to start snowball.
But again, those ganks can only really happen if your side lanes are able to hold on. So far, so good for Davey, despite a lot of that early game aggression from Rongyu into the duo lane.
Rongyu.
But I'm keeping an eye on Predators here now, because Rapio, if he's not careful, might wind up leaving his solo laner alone too often. And with Oxy having already gotten the solo kill once before, who's to say it can't happen again?
Interesting.
I think ordinarily you're right, as we'll have to come back to it later.
Dude, Rongyu is just gonna be so tanky, but he's gonna die to 4. No. I think maybe I should have went on Erlang there.
Quickly now, it's Dinosaur in some trouble, still not level 5, so no.
Oh, what a! Oh my God, what a stinger!
Sets up the kill for Detroit.
Shinto, though, without purification beads, just trying to do what he can to juke around, but can't juke out the Valkyrie's discretion with the Berserker's Barrage. Beneath them, on the other hand, though, gonna find the easy setup of the burst damage. One auto attack's gonna seal the deal there for Nethrioid, and Rapio will wind up joining Shinto.
Nethrioid. Dude, it's actually fun the way the names have been announced. Nethrioid.
And come over to purple, which is basically theirs at this point. They've been taking it from Davey on every spawn, basically, of the buff. But that looked like a good fight initially when Rongyu blinked in to initiate, because I think Rapio was waiting to go in anyway, but it ended up going off the rails for rival.
And it's all these steady rotations from Nethrioid.
Oh, but that's all the names. I feel like it's I feel like it's kind of troll at this point. I don't know if it's troll, but it feels kind of troll.
For what it's worth, Finch, I think by now rival have to start expecting
that
Jingwei is going to join the fray if they stick around for too long in mid fighting.
Yes, they're going to have to make sure they're not getting caught off guard by the same thing twice. As far as gold, it hasn't hurt them that much. It's experience, where you're seeing some of the price they're paying for not being prepared for some of these rotations. A little bit behind is Dobson compared to Shinto. Dinosaur still not level 5, and they really, really need that Earth and Fury ultimate. I mean, it's such a big, impactful one in team fights. Davey steps up like he's looking for the fight.
That's in.
Though, not willing to back down from it either. Gets knocked up by his own persistent guns, and now Davey could be in some very serious trouble here. Has the minions that he's trying to juke around, but all Nethrioid.
Nethrioid. Dude! Nethrioid. Solo kill.
The solo 1v1 1v1 kill into Davey. That's now 2 members of Rival in the same game who've been soloed by Sanguine.
By the way, that was Netroid's 4th kill.
Goodness.
4-0 on this Jingwei, a hunter that's traditionally known for her mid to late game potential. That's about to hit that power spike.
I can already say now this is GG.
If I'm Rival, I am concerned.
No, this is scary. And for what it's worth, not just Jingwei, but hunters in general nowadays don't do much in the
This is Devo GG.
ults off the mark. And Oxy survives.
Nitriad is too strong.
4-0-0 with Devo gloves finished, and we're not even 7.5 minutes into the game. I mean, yeah, that's real bad news.
Like, there's no way they're gonna be able to tank the Jingwei. She's still gonna hyper carry.
2 for the price of 1 this entire so far, it seems.
It's a trade that's in their favor as Dinosaur is able to find the route onto Shinto, but they can't find any more aggression. It's Davey who's in trouble, and Davey who's been caught out. Netroid completes the rampage.
I mean, this is not the Freya playing bad either.
Got to play Smite this set.
Look, at a certain point, you've got to toss the lifeline, and clearly Davey is the one who needs the assistance. It's not about Predators any longer. Whatever type of...
It's literally not the Freya's fault. I think it's just like the overall pressure that they have on the map right now.
I think Predators has had his chance by now, but 8 minutes deep and your hunter is suffering so obviously because he's had no one there to assist him.
Dude, it must be so annoying playing solo lane and just see your team get fucked. Not saying it's the case this game, but this is too greedy. You don't need to go for it this early. Like that is like getting go for it this early is not even worth it in most scenarios. Oh, Terra heal, red shell. OP.
Doesn't have quite enough damage, and Rapio makes it out.
Dobson, having rotated towards Gold Fury, was the main reason why Sanguine were able to play a little bit more recklessly there in the mid lane. They knew that they wouldn't have to worry about the Discordia Golden Apple to come flying from around the corner. But just look at how confined.
We just need Sanguine, no, Nitroid to get Executioner or Rage. I don't know if it's gonna go crit or penetration.
This ADC Freya. And that's not a sight you're
whenever he gets Rage, he can just solo go through. A few more stacks and get Rage. GG.
Let's get some crit in here. And this must be so disheartening for Rival too, because these guys really do believe in Davey. I mean, remember, for a long time, this Rival squad was playing with a Forest Coast and Hunter role, and they knew they could rely on him. But Dinosaur's told me repeatedly, without prompting, that he really does
wanna kill him, man.
Davey to be able to perform at that same level. And for him to not even really get a chance in 2 games in a row, I mean, that really just must kind of hurt a team that believes in him so much.
Well, there's believing in your teammate, and there's also leaving him out to dry.
Yeah.
And right now, we're seeing the latter of the two because Davey has had.
I'm telling you, if Jacob was here as well, solo lane matchup would have been so different.
The jungler is.
I've seen Jacob play, Jackal, whatever he's called.
Spend that time in duo.
I've seen him play before. But surely way better than the coach, which makes sense, right?
That really is the problem factor right now, is Purple yet again gets stripped away. I don't even know if Davey remembers which creatures spawn at Purple Buff anymore, because how long it's been since he's seen them.
It's kind of incredible when you think about it that he's not further behind. I would have probably expected a 4 to 5 level experience gap to have already started taking place here, but Davey's doing everything in his power to try and hold on as much as possible, because realistically, even with this Freya being 3 levels behind right now, that could change it.
They're kind of camming him as well.
There's a lot of team fighting potential.
I think at this point, Rapier needs to do other stuff than go into the solo lane.
Davey isn't the only one suffering. Oxy's definitely been under heavy pressure.
Be careful, MC. Going up that far, clearing alone is so dangerous. She'll fight a bit. Oh!
Looks for a stinger onto Dobson, but pays with life. Davey now.
No reason for him to go up and clear alone.
It's a full level off of that one, and also, and the pain isn't over just yet. Throng Yu trying to squeak away, just
oh my god, I almost one-shot him.
Make it out from the turtle form. A nice opening there from Rapio, but just didn't have enough mana to completely close out the pick.
Quite close that one out, but as you said, huge boon for Davey to be able to rotate over and get a nice kill and get back to lane in time. But I was just being glib earlier. That's exactly what you did not want, right? Was to see Rapio spending more time trying to gank Oxy here.
Somehow he's 2 levels behind again.
What it's worth, though, Predators has developed a lead for himself with this matchup. I don't know that he needs.
I guess he keeps giving do up.
But that lead has to translate into the team fights now, Finch, because otherwise it's all for naught if you're Rapio.
What's up, Blood Pill? What's good?
2-level advantage over Oxy, but I'm more interested to see how this Osiris pairs up against the Jingwei now that the Rage is fully online. Only thing that Nectroid is really missing out on is those stacks for that crit factor.
So getting scary with this Jingwei, the highest level in the game, level 13 with the Rage done. So Rival gonna need to come up with some answers soon. It looks like yet again the well they will go to is this Cullen over in solo, though Rapio hasn't pulled the trigger. They're letting him back here instead. He's just soaking up farm. He's managed to hold parity with Panatom so far.
I guess in a sense it's fair play for Rapio, because maybe he feels as though the lane is already so far gone that there's really not much more you can do to help out Davey. A nice double banish.
Did you miss anything? We're watching MSI, the tournament. Oh, he missed the ultimate. No, oh, kill him. Just A him. You just A trade in there.
Meanwhile, Predators still trying to find whatever advantage you can.
No, Rapio, he missed ultimate.
Try and help clean up this kill onto the Cullen underneath the tier 1 they'll find in Panatom. Might be caught out here as well as Dinosaur forces his beats to be used so he does not get controlled. The tier 1 tower goes down, a nice kill to answer back what happened there with Davey and Duo. But Dinosaur is in some trouble. Crushing Wave brings him low, but now he can't reposition and Rapio gets the kill.
But Nectroid is here now alongside a Shinto. Quick stinger. Gonna take down the jungler there for Rival. A 2-for-2 exchange so far, but it's all just a funnel system for Nectroid. All Sanguine are trying to do is abuse this Jingwei's lead.
Pyromancer will be the result of their efforts on the right side as Davey sticks around in duo lane to push up the wave and try and burn down the tier 1 tower there in left. You know, this is a small play I was wondering about, but after Davey got the double banish in duo, do you think he still needed to ult?
No, but he probably did out of panic, and it's understandable considering how often Sanguine have been diving him throughout, not just in Game 2, but Game 1 also. They were diving him off cooldown, so I think it's justified from his perspective as to why he felt like he needed to use the Valkyrie's discretion then and there. Granted, the main thing that I've noticed, though, is that...
But we are in the second game of Rival against Sanguine right now.
Doesn't need to stick around dual lane any longer. He's already taken the T1 tower.
In the second game.
To rotations.
That's right, yeah.
Rapio being in solo is just going to draw the attention of Sanguine to the one winning lane that Rival has going for them.
And the thing is, if you're Oxy and you're coming in and you're very likely not a win condition for Sanguine right now, since you're not like, you know, the main team that they want, it feels like the best case scenario that you could pull all this attention to you and then free up the rest of your team to kind of do whatever they want. Shinto hasn't been under that much stress throughout this game, and Netroid's been able to farm relatively freely as well. I bet this is not a bad trade for Sanguine.
That's another part of the problem.
Oh, the taunt didn't go off. Holy shit. Are they fucked now? Wasting taunt on that guy. Kulanping a bit too defensive as well. Unlucky that the F.A.Q got that stun off on the taunt. Once they can be back here.
Alright, Jasmine, I like the Aladdin references there. As into the middle lane goes the wrong new, trying to see if we can lock down Dobson and or Dinosaur, but neither one. Instead, they'll just dive and look for the tier 1. Dobson has no hope of making out of that one alive, though at the very least, Rapio is able to get Panatom to make it a 1-for-1 trade. And the tier 1 tower still stands, so not too bad, especially if they can get wrong you for overcommitting.
Shinto, though, is going to throw out a really nice slow here. Netroid trying to see if he can find some more points to attack. But right now, Netroid's got to just make sure that he doesn't end up dying to Predators first.
Lord of the Afterlife still available for Predators if he wants to die, but isn't even needed. Davey gets the shutdown bonus. I love they gave that to him, but now Rapio needs some backup. Y'all gotta make it into frame soon, but it's not enough. Shinto gets 1 to make it 3-for-2. But this is out of nowhere. Rival suddenly having a good fight.
The Shinto, though, doesn't have any legs left to stand on, with Predators having rotated in.
3-for-1. What happened?
That's gonna be a Primal Fury attempt now from Rival after successfully.
I think he can stop them. I think he can stop them. No.
What? Power play opportunities that Rivals had all game so far.
It's huge. They've evened up this Hunter lane discrepancy. It's really just the mid lane now where Dobson's a bit behind Shinto. And
he had transformation ready.
Predators has built up that huge lead over Oxy. I think Rival might be right back in this one.
Rival are definitely back in this one, and Sanguine only have themselves to blame. a little bit overconfident, I think, with some of their jungle positioning and pathways, trying to force T1 a little bit too much so. And Drongyu, it all starts with Erlang a little bit too deep, but it is only one.
You did the visa applying thing. Are you doing Esther or what?
Massive either way, outside of Oxy and Predators, but
that stuff is annoying. Yeah.
Netroid is still just so dangerous on this Jingwei with the crit.
Esther? Yeah, but that's pretty easy to make though.
Even Davey can't feel all that safe despite having just recently caught up.
And he must have went back with a ton of cash too. I think he got the full demonic grip and was even able to go to the tier 1 to Telekines off that last back. So Davey's certainly hitting a power spike of his own to go along with Netroid's execution or range. They're both plenty potent now at this point of the game. It'll come down to who can facilitate around these carries a little bit better. And for what it's worth, Panatom has struggled this game on the Habois. He's still Habois though, can certainly still do plenty of damage. It's just that we haven't been able to see much of it throughout this early to mid.
I don't know if it's necessarily beneath them struggling so much as it is just Rapio making plays on the Thor. He has been harassing beneath them this entire game so far, not really allowing this Habois to free cast in the slightest. But now with the 5-man grouping coming in strong here for Sanguine, this could be the 5v5 fight that Rival might not have wanted to take.
Yeah, the only checkbox Rival have to look at now is Predators in the fight? And that is where their advantage lies. So if Predators is here, then I would sign off on any fight from them, but they give up on the one around tier 1 in mid and instead fall back towards farming. Though Predators has to be careful. Plenty of Sanguine members still lurking in the jungle.
Pyromancer are going to be up soon too for either side to try and contest or pull. Sanguine look as though they want to be the first ones on it as they clear out the Fire Giant Sentry Vision that Rival had previously established. Lord, the Afterlife coming through though. Drongyu is in danger.
Drongyu is in danger, he's dead.
1v3 with no help.
One sec.
Off a frame, there's no one coming in to try and back my man up, and he's still pressing W. Panatom though gets the kill to make it 1-for-1. But when Predators can 1v3 for that long, I don't think you're that disappointed if you're Rival. They might even have a chance to clean up.
You know much the best in bed. Alright, Thomas, thank you so much for watching, man. And sleep tight if you fall asleep. F.A.Q coming in with the 17 months with a tier 3 so let's go.
Davey, but that Freya with the hasten ring is just too much.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Davey finally getting a chance to give Sanguine some taste of their own medicine, man. He is all over the place right now.
Oh shit!
Someone down, finally,
and we have Jack coming in with 10 months prime swap. Gotta get some news in the chat. What's up, back Ronan? What's good?
Remember, it's not like a Fire Giant. That's not the end of the world by any means, but a nice win for Rival to add a little bit more to their side of things.
Definitely takes away a little bit more so from Predators having died. And the main reason why I was so concerned about Predators dying there is because of who he died to. Beneatham has largely been held at bay here due to Rapio. So for him to get that huge kill bounty onto Predators, the most farm member of Rival at that point in time, that's the type of catch-up you don't want your opponent to have.
Absolutely not. But Predators has at this point shown that he's a force to be reckoned with in the 1v3, able to find Wrongyou, I believe, is who he got, and claim himself a kill. Imagine if there is a team behind him next time. It's going to be real difficult.
This is console, Rival versus Sanguine.
But they have to find a way to mitigate Predators, and now, all of a sudden, to mitigate Davey, who's come online with this Freya, now 4-2-2.
Davey's going to be probably the primary target here. And cancel that, it's Predators, who's on the run right now, and Netroid dealing so much damage with these autos.
No one else is even in the same zip code. Rapio might want to come rotate over, but Predators just kind of walks his way back.
I feel like Nitro should have been so much further ahead. Like he's same level as MC now, and one level behind the Freya. That's so troll.
Oni Fury going to be spawning soon, and I have to imagine that that'll be the next point of attack for both of these teams. Don't think that either side really feels all that comfortable with trying to pull the Fire Giant out.
How you doing, Jack?
Currently, so safe than sorry.
My friend.
Even then, I can't really call Oni Fury a safe place to fight.
Nothing is safe at this point in the game right now, Tacos. We've crossed over the 21-minute threshold. Truly now in the mid lane and in the mid game as the laning phase is broken down.
Been working on computer shattered. Oh yeah. What time is it for you now? 9:30. Only Fury. They shouldn't give it up though.
Know this is happening, or if they do that, they want to poke their heads in. Oni Fury gonna go down to Rival for free.
Sanguine
Oh,
not
if this is going to a late set, man.
not in position. Or
Not interested in that.
I don't think they were expecting Rival to have
Feels
that
like 1
timer
a.m.
so locked down.
Yikes.
To the exact second
I've been
of
pretty
spawn,
smashed
but with
last
it,
couple of
now
days.
Rival
Not smashed,
have
but
an
tired, right?
opportunity for a pretty decent power play because once the Zoning Fury
And
waves
sometimes
pushed
it's just
in,
like, it
Rival
feels like
can
it's so late, but it's
look
not
to
late.
distract all of Sanguine by drawing them towards that Fire Giant and maybe just letting Oni Fury Waves take care of the towers in duo and mid.
There's the hammer down for Rapio. He needs to be careful with Shinto and Wrongby rotating in.
It is console.
They know he doesn't
It's
have the
console
cooldown,
with
so
keyboard
yes,
mouse.
They will indeed start a fight. He uses the beads, but there's the hammer back available to give him room to get off the anvil of Dawn. But they've
That's
already
too
done
bad.
enough work. If they want to start a fight here soon, Rapio
In
with
return,
a
what's up,
beat
Beta
and
Chris?
ult
Well, how's your lunch?
is way less scary.
And this is going to be Sanguine's chance to try and strike back into this one. Dinosaur is already
What is Dinosaur
rotating
looking for
in,
here?
probably anticipating Sanguine to start trying to pull this Fire Giant objective, but it's got to be careful. Dobson and Davey are nearby, but not as close as you might think.
Wrongview is deterred by Dobson. He will no longer step forward. Remember, Rival absolutely need this win. It's only best of threes here at this stage of the tournament, so they could be eliminated this easily if they allow Sanguine to close this game out. Rival playing with that pressure, knowing they want to join Hype Unit, their console brethren, in the next round if possible. But Sanguine would love to be bump to stop that entire story from developing. But it's Rival, though, who are pushing out beyond the FG.
Rival know that they can't be
That's
too
delicious. I'm glad to hear
over-aggressive.
so.
Sanguine definitely still have plenty of burst damage, but this has been
I'm fixing some
a
YouTube
really
while we're waiting
back and
for
forth
next
matchup
fight.
so far between these two teams. Rival gonna try and siege his T1 tower outright, but Sanguine not
Has
really
it been
going
so
for
far?
much even.
No,
Well,
they
it's been
stepped up
alright.
entirely forward to defend this tier 1, which essentially amounts to 500 gold. I mean, there is some map presence.
It's pretty equal. It's like not one-sided, which is nice to see.
The later the game goes, the more tier 1 towers get shrugged off. But they had the right call. They could defend it safely.
It's about the principle, Finch. They can't just let Rival take whatever they please on the map. Although I know that's not what you're trying to say, but hey, I respect Sanguine's decision for defending on that T1 tower. It certainly pushed Rival back for the moment.
They were clearly right, yeah. As they knew what their team was capable of defending. This game's still, though, very, very close. Like you said, this whole set between these two teams has been really, really even so far. So Rival certainly still in this one. And if they can grab the win, would certainly be in a theoretical game 3.
I haven't had any highlights from this game. Has there been any highlights?
They were on the gas for a while, largely around Rapio. Maybe they're waiting on his beads to be back up, his ultimate, before they want to start going.
I guess he soloed him, right?
Wait for that beat to be back up. Aga's gonna get pulled out as a secondary, and Rapio won't even get a
They scored the
chance to
ultimate as
fight
well.
back here, but Dinosaur could be looking to shake things up a bit because
Aga's down on Freya.
But now could be caught out of position.
Dobson's already used the apple, and Predators has Netroid isolated. This is actually a really nice get if he can catch
Nice
it
dash.
away, but great
Oh, they got a kill him as well.
around the knockup allows
Who played before this?
Sanguine
Armada and
to
Outco
find one
Gaming.
more kill for himself as well. Dinosaur goes down, and Sanguine have been able to find themselves a nice little bit of breathing room. In fact, they might be able to do more than breathe. They can catch out Predators here as well.
Predators just getting torn apart right now, and this is without Netroid.
Or
having
a
been
knock up.
part
Oh.
of his engagement. Noxie doesn't move forward with the Colin, still looking to bring down Predators in the process.
Oh,
A
dash.
nice
Oh.
long pin's gonna be the setup that Shinto needs to find
Kill,
the
kill,
kill
kill.
there. Swarm brings down Predators in the end, and with 3 members from Rival still waiting to respawn, Netroid gonna waste no time. Immediately goes to that Pyromancer, and this could possibly be the Fire Giant even for Sanguine.
That's just twice in a row that Rapio's been caught out from what I've been able to see. The fight in right where he didn't die, but they got beads and his ultimate. And then here in mid lane where he does die, and that really puts
Alright, see if we
Rival
get
in
some
that
clips
spot.
for it then.
I know Rapio likes to rotate, but maybe he's got to be more mindful of where he is to avoid that kind of stuff in the future.
Keep an eye though on Oxy, but Dobson's gonna be way off the mark with that golden apple, and now all
He's
of a
dead now.
sudden just smothering
For what?
Discordia.
That's brutal for Dobson. He is still alive and might live to fight another
How the
day.
fuck did he survive that?
Sanguine have already done enough to push Rival out. They can move right back towards FG, and they absolutely will. Dinosaur and Rapio still healthy, yes, but they don't even have their main to try and contest this.
Not a big window of opportunity here either for Rival, where Rapio's gonna go up into the air anyway. Sanguine immediate leashing of the objective beneath them. beads
Oh, it's gonna be low.
right into the water spout for the crushing wave setup, and Rapio's out of there. He's too low to continue.
Already in trouble.
Wait,
Exactly
who has face blade?
Baited rival in to a fight that they can't quite handle. They've not been able to find any more kills, but Rongyu.
Oh, what a rude dude. That fucking blink rude. That blink fucking rude.
Davey goes down. 5-member strong Sanguine can head right back to the FG.
Beneath them, even gonna take Predators' blue buff just to finish.
Wait, Witchblade on 4.
Sanguine making quick work at this Fire Giant as well. But Predators not looking to give it up for free here. It's gonna be his life for the FG, and it looks as though he's looking to bring down Shinto with him.
Dobson yet again punishes Casper, but Predators is doing enough work that it might not matter. Lord of the Afterlife hits one, and Shinto falls, but Netroid finds Dobson. Rapio answers right back, though, to make it 2 for 1, at least in this tiny skirmish. But now it's 2 for 2. Rongyu
They can't get fired on then.
and leaves him with no escape. Sanguine still want to turn their attention towards the FG. They still have Netroid.
It's still feasible, but with Rapio having gone up in the air with that Thor ultimate, it's going to be a much more...
King Wei does a beat so I can kill Rapio.
This FG could be the end of Rapio as we speak, and it will be, in fact.
He's smiling.
Back in just in the nick of time, but Sanguine are no longer in danger. Everyone that could have possibly contested for rival has already been killed.
Fuck, dude. They got smacked.
Buff for Panatom and Shinto. Two people you definitely want that buff on. But it'll still be strong either way. This is just before the enhanced spawn, so it's still the regular Fire Giant. But Sanguine should be able to get plenty of work done with this.
I think it's also just relief for Sanguine, not having to worry about that Fire Giant objective being on the map. So if they do happen to wipe or...
How many games is there tomorrow?
Smite,
bro.
really matter because they don't have to worry about rival trying to utilize that Fire Giant to their advantage. Instead, Netroid going to continue to try and expand some of the lead for his team. Although...
Oh, that's only 3 games tomorrow. Fuck yes.
You're approaching the 30-minute mark in a match. Both of these teams,
And then Wednesday there's 4 games as well.
20 outside of Dinosaur, who's really been suffering because of all the team fighting as of late.
I think it has hindered him a good bit. Though, when your team is the one that's on the back end of those types of fights, it absolutely punishes your support the most.
Holy
fuck. Taking a look at these builds, Sanguine has elected into a ton of anti-heal, Pestilence, Divine Ruin, Brawlers, all to mitigate, I imagine, this Terra and double Odibo between Shinto and Netroid. I don't know where you can stand where you're safe in these fights with the hunter damage.
It's gonna be a lot of lightning effects flying every which direction here, Finch. But right now, rival seem as though they're interested in trying to defend underneath their T2 tower. Dinosaur gonna look for the root stun.
Hebo's not even around right now.
Will be off the mark there with that monolith.
Oh, he missed the hammer.
Careful not to chase too far. Rongyu blinks in and looks to the 9 turns blessing, but it's Dinosaur who needs some backup. He's quite low already.
Panatom should not be
keeps Panatom zoned away from the action.
be running away from the team.
On the right-hand side. Sanguine can't make their way in just yet, but they might have bonded.
You should not try to box that those arrows if you like.
Starts to tank, and that's it for the tier 2 tower.
Predators trying to keep beneath them. Locked off to the side here.
That's a really greedy back from Dinosaur. Like on the corner. I guess they just go for tier 2 towers here.
Deter him from regrouping with the rest of his team for this right T2 tower siege. Just like that, Sanguine have now opened up the map completely.
They still have time to push left.
To try and disengage to, they are not going to find a
They still have time to push left.
reach those Phoenixes in mid and solo.
Fucking A, mate.
I like the idea from rival. They tried to defend on their tier 2.
This game isn't over yet. Nope. Unluckily. I kinda just wanna watch Synchronicity and then not watch anymore.
If this game goes late enough, he might even sell off those boots for a little bit more damage. Things are starting to get scary here from Sanguine.
Oh, what I find to be the most weird though for rival is that they were doing such a good job throughout that mid-game segment. For a moment, even despite Rapio having spent, I think, too much time in solo trying to cater to Predators, he was still making really good
You just want to play
plays off of the
TFT?
score. But
I mean, I
like
just want to play
Rival has
games
just been
instead of watching this many games.
on their last few engagements of trying to match into Sanguine damage for damage.
It's quite a lot of games, like...
They're all channeling at the exact same moments that they need to be.
And a lot of it is that Predators has been off doing his own thing, which worked early when he had the solo.
Like, it's impossible to watch this many games in a row, I feel
But
like.
in these last few fights, he hasn't been that much of a threat as Dobson's low. This time, though, the apple hits home onto Oxy, but it barely tickles him. He shrugs it off for the most part, but Sanguine have been deterred for now.
Unfortunately, that's the solo laner, so he'll have no problems backing and then teleporting right back to the ward.
I wonder if they can push this. You wanna Duke you after this set? Nah, I'm gonna watch Simplicity for sure. Oh, Hebo went in or what? And he's tanking as well. Oh no. They forced that way too hard. I guess he just wanted to win.
Has been caught with the wall, and there's plenty of damage to rain in. Make it a triple for Davey, 11:08, and just like that, Sanguine have been stopped at the Phoenix.
I guess
that's what I think we both
they're feeling like me. They just want to get out of the game.
Was that true fight back potential from Rival? Benitham just goes a little bit too deep, and without that crushing wave finding a home, that's a large portion of the burst damage that Sanguine just had to miss out on.
And Rival, I mean, for what it's worth, it's the first time we've seen them fight.
I'm gonna do some build guides tomorrow and put that on YouTube as well.
I don't want to harp on it too much, but they certainly look good when all 5 of them are there fighting as a unit. It doesn't hurt that you have a Phoenix doing a bunch of free damage as well, but that is the tier 2 tower in mid. Likely should be this Phoenix as well, though. Shinto has quite a bit of damage. That's pushing Predators back. Now the minions are here. Backdoor protection's removed. They should be able to burn this down, but they won't be able to do much more beyond that.
Why didn't he go in?
Shinto, though, going to get hit by the golden apple placement from Dobson, and for a second,
Predators almost died, alright.
Gonna try to follow it up with a double
Wait, what the fuck? If she went back, she could have called Osiris.
Instead, Rival are going to take what they can get, and when what you can get's a Phoenix.
I mean, they might be able to catch him. No.
First Phoenix of the game.
He just fight back. They're gonna get him. That's fight on then. If they get him. They should chase him. I'm gonna get him.
Predators took this weird pathing around the Phoenix, and I think he's finally paying for that now. Netroid catches up to him.
What the fuck was that pathing, yeah?
We see Predators again, and that's with the FG on the map. That's brutal that they won't have this Osiris to help out.
Not just any FG either, Finch, but an enhanced fire giant at that. Just
if they get enhanced fire, then I feel like it's GG. If they get it, it is.
Because they didn't have the backdoor protections, and they couldn't play as aggressively as they wanted to. As Benitham just gobbles up Dinosaur.
Oh, I thought Rival stole it.
Rapio tries to contest on the fire giant, but instead, it's
dude, Erlang is literally soloing Freya. Erlang is literally soloing Freya.
Down air strike over the wall from Netroid. Wants the gas pedal, but David responds with the Valkyrie's discretion. But no more Dobson. Panatom grabs him.
Keep going.
It's just Rapio. It's just Davey trying to keep.
That's 2v5. I mean, that's GG.
Sanguine up against Ladam's last hope as the right side Phoenix melts away, and they're just gonna move right into the Titan room. Why not? It's just Davey and Rapio. 5v2. They should be able to take it.
Not even gonna waste any time.
East lane should have a gone and like bottom SPL, top SML, sub console.
Rival gonna wind up falling to Latam's last hope here in Sanguine.
Sanguine make an impressive win.
Wait, Xbox can win this lane. This is how it is right now, baby Chris. If Xbox wins against SML here, they get to play against SPL.
Stayed true to their game plan, man. They did not let the constant pressure from Predators pull them away. They were not letting Davey get
what a game.
Stop them either. Great, really just great play from Sanguine.
I gotta say though, that all starts with just Sanguine punishing Predators.
It was a feint.
Yeah, such weird pathing.
It was such. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really understand it. Predators is probably gonna watch that one back and probably not understand himself. But that's definitely a rough one because Rival just had that beautiful display of teamwork. They just siege that mid Phoenix and it all winds up just slipping away right in front of them.
Yeah, it's so difficult because it really is no way they can get in.
Fender, you're a troll.
G in a world where they don't have the Osiris, and once the enhanced fire giant goes down, it's so difficult to fight into them. So frustrating, I know, for Rival. They had greater aspirations of going home here, but I think they put up a good performance.
Definitely an uphill battle for sure for the guys on.
Hey, cool, Fed. Thank you for the host.
Congratulations to Sanguine. They hold on and grab that win. Let's get this one back over to Tom and Tully.
2 games, dos. That's all that Sanguine needed to take this one.
Sanguine won.
I like the look of what Rival kind of brought up, but just not enough. Honestly, Sanguine team just looked real good. There were some moments where it was a little bit back and forth, but at the end of the day,